Cappy, where are you going? You don't want to talk to the famous living legend director of the Oakland Zoo? I thought you were good with animals. What happened there? He just looked at you and walked away.
Yeah, really. He got smart on my veterinarian.
All right, so look who came to visit me. My good buddy, Mr. Joel Parrott, Dr. Joel Parrott from the Oakland Zoo. And I first met Joel, I think like in 1990 or so, when I was a wannabe landscaper, exotic plant guy. And I basically just went up to the zoo and I cold called Joel and I said, hey, who's in charge of this place? I want to take me to your leader. And they took me to Joel here. And I said, you need more exotic plants here. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
And then what happened after that?
Well, I'll tell you what, the zoo needs to be a botanical collection as well as an animal collection.
Right.
And so if you got animals from certain parts of the world, you want the plants to reflect that.
Right.
So you want the architecture and the plants. So you walked right in and gave me access to exotic plants that I did not have access to before.
So we were a perfect marriage, Joel and I. And as I recall, I got him a few queen palms for the entrance, which later I actually dug up, I think, and relocated when we redid the entrance again, years later. But then the first big project, I believe, was the African savanna.
Yeah.
And that's when you dispatched me to Southern California to go on a big road trip. I hopped on a plane and flew down there with me and my skateboard, and my skateboard and I rode 3 miles from the airport on Midway Road, I remember, to the U-Haul dealer. And I had my sleeping bag, and I don't know if I had a pillow, but then I basically got the U-Haul truck. And I went all through Southern California for like a week, and I lived in the back of that truck with remember all the thorny stuff? He wanted specifically thorny stuff.
Yeah.
So I slept with all your plants.
That's East what you did. Africa is a thorny, hostile environment.
Yeah, so you didn't realize that I had slept with all your plants before I sold them to you.
No, really.
That sounds a little weird.
Really.
Huh?
But, the other thing you were willing to do, though, is go down and hand select.
Right.
Nurseries don't do that.
Right.
So what you did for us allowed us to have a botanical collection that's very interesting.
Yeah, so if you go up there, you'll see all kinds of cool stuff. Tell them about the ficus tree, Joel.
Yeah, so we planted a number of ficus macrophylla out in the grounds, and one of them down by the bat exhibit took off just like the ficus should, and it became huge, and it's dropping its roots from
aerial roots.
Aerial roots, yeah, and it feels like you're from the tropics.
You know what you can do with those aerial roots is you can actually get a PVC pipe, maybe like a 2-3 inch pipe, fill it full of soil, and then stick it where those roots are, and then connect it to the ground and stake it in place, and then the roots will grow through that tube. They'll hit the ground, explode the pipe. You can even paint the pipe brown to make it look like a big, landed aerial root. And then break the pipe away. Then you have aerial roots that hit the ground and then make a forever expanding tree.
Yeah, wow.
And so, because in California, the aerial roots typically don't make it to the ground here most often, but if they just need a little bit of encouragement, and you can do that. And so, so Joel, we've built what we've done, like the Malaysian sun bear and the bats and
front entrance of the zoo.
Front entrance. You got to go check out the front entrance. There's some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, the cycads turned out spectacular.
Cycads. I saw all my palms on a commercial for the Oakland A's, actually.
Oh, really?
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That's
so
funny.
Today we're going to run around and we're going to look for. So tell me, Joel, when did you start at the zoo?
I started in 1984, so I'm on my 37th year.
Yeah.
This is my last year.
Yeah, this is Joel's last year. He's retiring in 6 months. That's a really big deal because basically Joel took this zoo. And it was, I can say it now, it was an extremely sorry place. And I think they were about to close it and discredit it, right?
It was never accredited at that point, but it was close to closing. Right?
Yeah, and so Joel, how did you get that job?
I'm a veterinarian. I had a specialty in wildlife medicine, so I was practicing in Castro Valley. They became my client.
All right.
So I started to become familiar with the collection, the problems, the challenges there.
Right.
And then the director left after a year, and so I joined.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So it's kind of fun because it was almost like a fixer-upper zoo.
Yeah, for first fixer up, it was the business plan. It needed a new plan to really have a budget that was going to keep it alive.
Right, right.
Once we got over those hurdles, we could start building the zoo.
Yeah, so what I noticed there, I always looked at the zoo and thought it was a huge opportunity because I would see the San Diego Zoo and it would be like, well, anything that grows in San Diego will grow here for the most part.
Yeah.
It's a great climate up there. And the San Diego Zoo had so much fanfare about it that I knew that if we could just make the place look good and appropriate, and you have the same vision, and it would attract more donors.
Yeah.
You get more donors,
Yeah.
you make it nicer, which attracts more donors, and it's just constant building snowball.
Yeah.
So now it's like the coolest place in town.
Yeah, you need, in our case, nice background plantings that then you have specimen plants dotted throughout the whole zoo.
Right on.
To keep it real interesting.
Right on. So right now we're going to go and select some California native palms for the new California project. That's Joel's last crowning moment.
Yeah.
It's a big, beautiful, how many acres?
Yeah. We just added 56 acres, so we're 100 acres now. We have
Wow.
a gondola. We have a ride to the top. Spectacular view of San Francisco Bay.
All right.
So the whole California area has its own little zone. So these fan palms, California fan palms, are for where the jaguar, Southern California.
Oh.
So we have jaguar because they're California natives.
Nice.
Just like the grizzly bear. But then as we get towards the grizzly area, it's more chaparral, and then as you go even further towards the west, it's redwoods.
Nice. I'm going to have to sell you some Ocotillo. I'll have to show you that.
Yeah.
That's a native.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some of that here. All right. So I think Joel would probably say that if you have a zoo anywhere near here, you should probably give us a call, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Or if you just want your house to look like a zoo. All right, Joel.
Okay,
one more
good.
bump. Let's go
Okay,
get these trees.
good. All right.
Yes. Another special delivery from Golden Gate Palms to Oakland Zoo. Look at all these awesome plants. Look at my Brahia Clara. Aren't they pretty? I'm going to give you guys a tour of this whole place. Right now, I need to get further up the line here. We're going to plant some trees. Look, there they are. Let's go. All right, check out my tropical island as soon as you get up to the parking lot. Look at that. All my palms, fishtail palms, Chusan palms, pygmy palms, Guadalupe palms, Phoenix reclinata palms, queen palms, every kind of palm. And it just gets better and better. It's amazing what you can do in 30 years. You just keep at it. Look at my coral trees I planted in the parking lot. Looking good, looking good. My Tristania trees are looking good. They're evergreen. They're beautiful. They have red trunks. There's my entrance. I'll give you a little tour of that. And here's my cool idea here. Look at this. This is on an Oakland A's commercial. Look at my little alley of palms going right down the middle of the parking lot. Woo! All right, let's go get this done. Joel, you can't retire. It's never going to be the same without you.
I'm going to miss doing it, I'll tell you. I love it.
All right. He even knows how to use a crane.
Don't worry. Whatever problem you have down the road.
That, my friends, is a big California grizzly bear right there. Plant some palm trees for the grizzly bear today.
Yep.
Ooh. This is the place to be right now. Poaching grizzly bear mist. Feels great. All day long, they've got some mist coming down. Perfect spot for a water break. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can literally change the weather just with your attitude. wait until I interview my new buddy Christian down here. And this guy, you'll be happy just being anywhere near him. And the whole point is, if everybody behaved like him, the world would be such a wonderful place. Seriously, watch this.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Christian from Oakland Zoo. How you doing, man?
Christian, what do you think about my Ocotillo?
Oh, it's amazing, bro. This thing is nice. Whoa!
That's the guy I was talking about.
Man, hey, I'm the
That's
Oakland Zoo
Christian.
guy. Hey,
That's
what's
Christian.
up, man?
So tell me, you're working at the zoo. How long are you working at the zoo?
3 years, bro.
3 years.
I love
You
it.
recommend it? You like it?
I love it, bro.
What's your favorite thing to do here?
Oh, I love just riding the gondola.
Yeah?
Riding the gondola, seeing the amazing animals, bro. You got to come check it out again.
Right on. So what would you tell people that want to work here at the zoo?
I would tell them come apply.
Yeah?
Tell them come apply. And
How'd you find
enjoy it.
about, what gave you the idea of working here?
Oh, I just thought about what a wonderful place to work. I love animals. Why don't I apply?
Are you always this happy?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing? See, you can literally change the weather. Look, it's sunny now because Christian is so happy. It's infectious. Everybody's smiling now. And that's the way to go. Except Obi. Obi's in a hurry to get the job done. Let's do it. Okay. So what we just did there was we actually slit the sides of this container. We cut the bottom, holes in the bottom. This plant really didn't want to grab the soil, so it's hard to pull out. So I basically left it in there. This is Ocotillo, Fucaria splendens from the California desert. It looks like lightning coming out of the ground. It gets really tall. It'll get red flowers. I'll put a link to a video I have, and there are a lot of those here. And that's how it goes. I have 4 myself. Anyway, Ocotillo, and you got your California fan palm here, hybridized with the Mexican fan palm. And this is agave shaw-eye, native to the California coast of Southern California. This is the beginnings of the Southern California component garden here, with lots more to come. And of course, you've got some Palo Verde trees over there. All kinds of good stuff today. So I forgot to mention a critical thing. These agave shaw-eye are extremely hard to find in nurseries. And I wouldn't know where to get one myself, nor do I have them at my nursery. So, what did I do when Joel said he needed some native California plants? I dug them out of my garden. That's why they're a little beat up looking. It's tough to get these things out where they are. And I had to get in there with the shovel, and they got a little beat up. But they'll be all perfect and beautiful. They'll grow out, and they'll look incredible in time. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get done what you got to do. Yep. Those are grizzly bears. Grizzly bear. Grizzly bear. Grizzly bear. Absolutely. Oh, there's a grizzly bear. There's my grizzly bear. There's a grizzly bear butt right there. If you've ever wondered, that's what it looks like. So, as I was rolling down the mountain to get up to the top where the California exhibit is, I was reminiscing about how once long ago I was working really hard on this is going to be hard to say, on an exhibit. And I was determined to finish it, and it was getting late. And Joel came over and checked in. He's like, okay, I'm heading home. Okay, cool. I'm going to get it done tonight for you. Promised to get it done. I'm going to get it done. So I stuck around. I got it done right as dusk fell. And then I had my big truck in the middle of the zoo and went to go take off and realized that I was the last one at the zoo. And I was locked in. And then my phone died, I think. Or I couldn't get a hold of Joel. Called the office. Nobody in the office. It was closed. I think I called my wife. said, honey, my phone's about to die. You got to get me out of the zoo. We got to make some phone calls. And somehow she got a hold of Joel, but got me out of there. So that was kind of funny. But the irony is, I just was thinking, that was 15 years ago, working down there somewhere in the middle of I remember all the baboons were looking at me going, we're going to get you tonight. But guess what just happened to me again? I followed Joel up to the top, and then deja vu, he's like, I got to go meet the USDA for a plant or a animal inspection. And I'm like, all right, I'll finish up. And then I did. And then history repeated itself. I'm locked in once again. Oh, look, here we go. Here's a guy. I think he's coming down. He's going to save me now. Yes. I'm being saved. Yes. All right. So the good news is, if you ever want to drink water, this is never going to be cold. I ran it for 5 minutes. It was too warm. So I decided to take a shower. I took a shower. Yeah, I'm all cleaned up now. I'm ready to go out and party. Woo. All right, time to go.